Hello everyone, welcome to the wrap-up session of this series Morphing Tangles. Hope you enjoyed the series. Thank you for all your comments and feedbacks. I feel great, I feel blessed. Today is the last session, and by now I think you have got a broad idea of how to move from one tangle to another naturally, or by morphing, or seamlessly, or in such a way that the tangles kind of blend with each other. Yes, there is no break in movement. So there are whole lot of tangles that you can draw in such a fashion. Yes, they may or may not be of the same nature. It's again taking a cue from the previous one and bringing coming up with some kind of a link between the previous and the next tangle. That's what morphing is all about, how you transition from one to the other. Today again we'll go draw a tile, but this is not the end of it. Yes, these are ideas, as I keep saying in every session. Please take it on from here. The more the number of tangles you would know, the more easily will you be able to think of tangles that kind of blend or gel with each other easily, or transition is simpler from one tangle to another if you know more number of tangles. Yes. So let's get started. So I'm now going to start with the tangle called Afterglow, and for that I'm going to divide my tile into some sections. So I've first drawn a cross and now I'm drawing a plus, so I have some sections here. And now I'm going to start with a V shape inside each of these sections, small tiny V shapes, taking a cue from the pencil lines like this. Yes, so it's a small little star there. Now the next step is to add auras. So make sure that the auras are close like this. Rotate your tile, keep the auras close enough. That's the second, and I'm going to be adding a couple of them. So as I mentioned to you, there can be whole lot of tangles that can be used for morphing. These sessions are just to give you an idea of how you can do that, what are the things that will help you morph tangles with each other, and what kind of tangles can you choose. So that's the third one. Let's add a few more. This tangle is called Afterglow. Yes, so we have added a couple of auras. If you want, you can add one or two more. What I am going to do is join these lines like this. Take it a little higher up. That's how Afterglow goes. However, this line need not be that big. I am taking it till the end because I am going to insert some more tangles in between. So this line will act as a divider. Yes. Now I'm going to ink this line also, the grid line, and what we get is the jongle grid, but in a circle. Yes, so from Afterglow we can very comfortably go to jongle, we can very comfortably go to cubines, we can very comfortably go to Knight's Bridge, we can very comfortably go to flukes. So many tangles. Yes, so I'm going to add one or two such more layers and then ink it alternatively. This can also be inked like braze, So there is a tangle called brace, and if you ink these bands alternatively, what you get is a tangle pattern called brace. So you can very comfortably transition from afterglow to brace to jongle to cubines to flukes to knightsbridge. Yes, ideas. So I'm adding one more layer now. Probably we will add brace, or we will add jongle only. Let's not club too many tangles together. Since these sections are getting bigger, they will look better if we add brace, but we shall see. How do we want to go ahead? Keep rotating your tile. Don't try drawing all the lines in different directions without rotating. And now the next layer, probably you can add a slight curve now. After a lot of straight lines, a curved line can be a refresher, and this becomes a tangle called Finery. Yes, so there's a slight curve like this. You can add as many. Try connecting the two sections if possible. If the lines can be coordinated, both sides can be coordinated, would be a good idea. Yes, second. You can also add ratoon loops here if you wish to. Yes, a small loop there makes this tangle ratoon, or something similar to ratoon at least. Take your time. Nice flowy lines. Enjoy drawing them. Enjoy the process. That's all matters as far as Zentangle is concerned. Everything else is secondary. You can add some hidden ones. That's it. Yes. So that was broadly our tangling part. Moving on now to jongles. I am leaving one section as it is. Would shade it like coffering. Yes. So I am leaving one set of aura as it is, and now going to alternate section inking just like jongle. So take your time, use a bolder nib if you wish to. Jongle has these alternate spaces inked just like knightsbridge. The only thing is the grid is a zigzag grid, unlike knightsbridge, which is mostly a square grid. So in jongle also, if you don't want to keep the other part absolutely empty, you can add fine lines, something like these. Yes, you can do that. Tangulation. As many as you wish to. So I'm going to slowly go ahead and ink the alternate section. Take your own time, draw at your own pace, no hurry. Ink it nicely, give it that time that it deserves, don't haste up. Yes. So I'm almost finishing drawing my jongle, done with the inking, adding the final lines. This part is optional, as I mentioned. You may leave it empty or you can add lines like these. Yes. So that's our jongle, and as I mentioned, if you want you can transition into brace from here. Yes, but brace will again involve inking, so I am going to add something which does not have inking anymore. So this tangle is called Finery, and this has these sharp conical protruding shapes and some dots. It's a very delicate looking tangle and really easy and fun to draw. A Zentangle original Finery. Yes, so take your time. I'm going to do this for all the sections slowly. Yes, so very delicate looking tangle Finery. If you want to add a little zen, you can also add the first aura like this. Yes, so again, if you want to build that connect with the previous tangles, this is a nice way to do that. Yes, you can add the first layer like this and then keep the lines simple without auras. So entirely up to you. Once you start to tangle, you get ideas how to go about. So let's add an aura to the first one. Fine dots. Yes, so I'm going to continue like this. You take your own time, draw at your own pace. Finery is again one of those tangles, very simple to draw but provides great shading opportunity. Yes, how? We shall see that shortly. Let's first finish with our tangling. So I'm going to finish and add that extra aura throughout. Yeah. So I'm done with my tangling. Let's now get to shading. Yes. So shading, my afterglow would be probably on this turning, or you can shade half, so it will give that up down curled look. Spaces are small, so just blend what is required, almost turning one half gray using the tip of my stub. Yes, and then As I mentioned, I'm going to give this a covert kind of a look, so adding graphite on the line. And then blend, but leave a highlight. Yes, so this center white is important, so don't blend too much. That's what covering is all about. Adding a thicker aura and blending and adding graphite in such a fashion that it looks like a ribbon surrounding your tangle or curls. Yes. Moving on next to jongle. Now it is up to you how do you want to shade your jongle. So probably I will add graphite on one side. You can also add graphite here. That is where it will show. There is no point shading on the black, so I'm adding graphite where it will show. So different ways to go about shading your jongle also. You can shade on the grid line. Take your time slowly. So you can also use any kind of triangular patterns that start with triangles or triangular shape and then transition from one to the other, just like triply. I'm now shading my Finery. So leave the highlight in between, shade on both sides of the line. Like this. Yes. So the petals look like curls. They curl up. Yes, that's the beauty of the tangle Finery. When you shade it, take your time. I'm going to go ahead and shade my entire Finery in the same way. You take your own time. Yes. So I'm almost done blending my Finery, and you can already see how magical this tangle looks like. Just some curved lines and nothing else. Yes. Now the center part, you can either leave it as such, or if you want you can just add some inking to some of the sections. So I'm inking 4 sections like this. Yes, so adds that extra zen and builds that connect. Now if you want you can redo these lines. Always a good idea to revisit some of the lines after you are done with your tangling and shading. So as I was talking about, there are many such tangles which start with triangles, and you can easily move from one to the other. Facets, triply. Yes, again giving some ideas, so please explore. So if you want, you can now shade your highlight some of the spaces. So for example, the other part of your jongle where you have not added graphite, this part can be highlighted. Yes, so highlighting is your choice. It will look nice since you have added lines there. It will show. Yes, so I'm using my chalk pencil to highlight my jongle. You can also, if you want, run your chalk pencil here, although here again it depends. If your graphite is not restricted to the edges, then this highlight may not work. You can always highlight the whites a little more with your chalk, like this. Yes, use a different stub if you wish to blend. Just soften the chalk, make sure it beautifully blends with the other side. Yeah, that's it. That's about it. We don't need to do anything else to this style. Yes, so I'm going to close this style here, and this is the end of this session and this series. Put in your chop somewhere, sitting cozily. Must sign and date your tile. I shall see you again with a brand new session and brand new series. Bye bye.